I never meant for anyone to read it, especially not her. The poem was something I scribbled in the back of my field journal on the long, quiet nights between starlit patrols. It wasn't even about anyone real, just a feeling, a wish, a dream I didn't have the courage to speak aloud. A dream about beauty, grace, and something more than war. I wrote it like this. She walks like moonlight on silent oceans. Her voice the hush between two galaxies. I do not know her name, but if I could, I'd call her home. It was the kind of thing you write to forget how lonely space can be. Then the Queen found it. It happened during the joint summit between Earth and the Sorrentary Empire. I was just a translator's assistant, assigned to a side table while officials talked peace and treaties. But somehow, my field journal got mixed in with the summit reports. And somehow, Queen me.HFY read it. Not just read it, underlined it, circled a line, wrote a note in elegant Sorrentary script beside it, and returned it with a message. The words are lovely. Are they meant for me? I froze when I saw the message. My hand shook. Queen me.HFY, the most untouchable, regal being in the galaxy, was asking if I had written a love poem for her. I wanted to crawl into a dark hole, but I couldn't avoid her. That same night, I was summoned, personally, by royal request. The guards led me through a marble-like hall aboard the Sorrentary flagship. Everything shimmered with starlight and soft silver glow. Even the walls hummed with music. At the end of the corridor stood Queen me.HFY herself. She was tall, luminous, with long silver hair cascading like a waterfall and violet eyes that seemed to look through time itself. She stood alone, hands clasped, expression unreadable. Come closer, she said, her voice a soft melody. I approached slowly, every step an earthquake in my chest. You wrote these words? She asked, holding my journal delicately between two elegant fingers. I nodded. Yes, Your Radiance. But it was never meant to be read. Why not? Because they were just thoughts, a dream, nothing more. She turned to the poem again. If I could, I'd call her home. She looked at me. That line, it lingers. I said nothing. She smiled faintly. And it was not written for anyone? No, I mean not at the time. But now? Her eyes searched mine. I don't know, I whispered. Maybe. To my shock, she laughed. Not mockingly, genuinely. I have heard 1,000 declarations of love. From princes, senators, poets. But yours, she held up the journal. This is honest, clumsy, beautiful. I turned red. You're not angry? Angry? She stepped closer, her presence like gravity. No, I am curious. About what? She tilted her head. About the one who wrote words like these, not for glory or gain, but just to feel something true. I swallowed. And what do you want to do with that curiosity? She leaned in slightly. I want to meet the man who sees me not as a queen, but as a dream in his pages. What followed was not a command, not an order, but an invitation. She dismissed the guards, brought me to her private gardens, glowing flora from dozens of worlds, blooming in still air. We walked, we talked. I told her about my childhood under Earth's cloudy skies, about the loneliness of silence between stars, about how sometimes writing helped me stay human in a world of steel and protocols. She told me about the weight of wearing a crown no one dares look past, of being revered, feared, a babe but never seen. You saw me, she said, even if you didn't know it. Over the next few days, she summoned me again, and again, not as a servant or scribe, but as a guest, a companion. We spoke of art, of history, of strange food and music. I learned that she adored storms and once painted the moons of her homeworld by hand. and she learned I'd never kissed someone under real starlight. So, one evening, in a glass room under the open dome of space, she leaned forward and kissed me, softly, like a whisper, like she didn't want to shatter the moment. The summit ended soon after, the treaty signed, the stars quiet. As she prepared to return to her empire, I stood with her one last time. She handed me my journal, now neatly bound in royal silk, with one added line in Sorrento script. If I am your home, then come find me. And I will, because I wrote a poem no one was supposed to read, and an alien queen read it and loved me for it.